India can never be the next China. India and China are both ancient civilizations. Despite having contrasting forms of government, both India and China have got many aspects of governance and economic growth in common. China became a communist republic in 1949, the same year when India adopted its constitution, and 1950 was the year when both the countries started rebuilding. China under Mao Zedong and India under Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. At that time, India was the largest economy in Asia, notwithstanding 200 years of colonial exploitation. But today, after 70 years, China is way ahead of India in terms of technological progress, military, economy, and even in pollution control. China has made an all-round exponential progress to become a colossal force, while India is still considered as an emerging power. It is not an overstatement to say that India needs to learn a few trade secrets from China, which was a poorer country till the 1990s. But today its GDP is close to 5 times more than India. So what are the secrets of China's success? What makes them stand where they are today? And more importantly, why are they ahead of us? And what is that we can learn from our neighbors? Well, the answer to all these questions we're gonna find in this particular video. Number 1. Making economy work. Mao Zedong, the revolutionary leader who founded the communist China, could not put the country on the path of economic development. After his death in 1978, the country was struggling with expanding population and uncontrollable poverty. But the new leadership of China began inviting foreign investments, especially in the coastal areas, making export and import easy. The communist China regime started greening agriculture from the state control, a big ticket reform in the country. It infused the one-child policy in order to defuse population bomb. In contrast, India, whose traditional rule provided job for open market, that was chained by the British colonial rulers to maximize their own progress. And here, India adopted a socio-economic model where wealth creation and big private enterprise were not encouraged. Indian economy grew at around 3.5% through the 70s, while the population grew at around 2.5% excess. The population growth was a curious case, as India was among the first few nations in the post-World War II phase to roll out population control policy. However, family planning centers in India particularly functioned as family expansion because of lack of facilities and lack of awareness. Number 2. Focus on infrastructure. More importantly, China began heavy investment in infrastructure. This was a key policy decision as it provided opportunities to millions of people in improving their economic status and purchasing power, which was an essential ingredient of industrial progress. China still continues to invest heavily on infrastructure, which is evident from its One Belt One Road initiative. According to one estimate, India's investment in infrastructure has been 3% of its GDP in the first 50 years of its independence, where an investment of 6.5% was required. On the other hand, China invested 9% of its GDP, where only an investment of 6.5% was required. The economy needs reliable infrastructure to connect supply chains and efficiently move goods and services across the borders. Good infrastructure connects households across the metropolitan areas to higher quality opportunities for employment, education, and healthcare. Number 3. Sectoral approach. In the 1970s, both India and China had demographic and economic problems to sort out. China took to building labor-intensive industries to rope in available cheap labor. Industries like textile, light engineering, and electronic received high investment. China also created special zones to push out manufacturing and export-oriented industries. Indian special economic zones that came out decades later lacked such push and better incentives to attract foreign investors in numbers and size to give China a competition. Labor was equally almost cheap in India, but India went for heavy industries. The second 5-year plan was successfully devoted to industrial development with the focus of large industries in practice. India encouraged capital-intensive industries that came at a cost of making millions of job seekers jobless. This in turn failed to give boost to industrial growth or rise in revenue collection for public investment in infrastructure, health or other essential industries. Number 4. Military revamp. India and China fought a war in 1962. China occupied Akasi Chin, an area of over 37,000 square kilometers of Ladakh. Many people still believe that India's choice of not using the Air Force was the main reason for their loss. While China still remains an enemy to India on the borders, it has revamped its military to overcome the perceived weakness India did not exploit in 1962. In the latest series of military reforms, China has modernized its forces along the lines of theater command. It is considered to be the most efficient military setup to deal with any security threat. On the other hand, the Indian system is still dependent on the World War II model. Modernization of weapons is also a long overdue. While China has been constantly improving its armory, China has rightly understood the changing nature of the warfare, from conventional to technological, that focuses on overwhelming enemies without losing too many soldiers in combat. India can take a leaf from the Chinese book to deal with all the problems it faces from the same rival. Number 5. Energy conscious. Energy is the key of survival and progress of any country, and the conventional sources of energy are coal and oil, and these two resources are limited. There is an increased focus among the developing countries to shift to alternate forms of energy. China too has made the shift, reducing its dependence on coal and promoting green energy like the solar power. And China has become the second largest producer of solar power in the entire world. India may emulate the Chinese examples to reduce its dependence on coal and oil, most of which is imports. Oil importing has been a major factor determining the health of the Indian economy. China has aggressively pushed the use of electric vehicles, a step which India is slowly following. According to a World Economic Forum report, China has the largest number of electric vehicles and public charging points for such vehicles. Given the state of pollution in the Indian cities, such vehicles would do wonders to the air quality index. Number 6. Water-wise. India has about 4 times more fresh water than China, which is 3 times its size. But today, India is facing more water problems than China. Water crisis in Chennai has been making global headlines every year. Bihar is one of the most flood-affected states of India. But in 2019, Bihar faced a water shortage for the first time ever. To overcome water scarcity, China has been successful in teaching its farming community to use less water without compromising on the productivity. India is the biggest puller of groundwater and it exceeds the combined usage of USA and China. But today, Indian users have reached a stage where a Chinese approach is required. China not only encourages less use of water, but it also imposes fines on those who overuse the groundwater, including industries and businessmen. And those polluting water bodies are punished rigorously. So you see, India and China have got a lot of things in common. And maybe India can never be the next China. But what I know is that India will become the first and the only one of its kind. And this reminds me of a very famous dialogue from the Bollywood movie Rang De Basanti. कोई भी देश perfect नहीं होता, उसे perfect बनाना पड़ता है. And maybe the fate of this country changes the day when India wants to know, changes to India wants to solve. And the fate of tomorrow depends on what you do today.